Hello everybody, how are you doing today? Welcome back to another energy reading for the week of July 26, 2021. I am Trisha Schinkel. I am your Awakening Life Coach from innerbuddha.ca. And yeah, so this week we are tuning in to the energies. What is going on in the universe? What is going on in your life? What is going on in just life in general for the collective, for the entire world, right? Just kind of tuning into what we need to focus on to get the best out of what's going on. So when I was tuning into the energy this week, it kind of felt like cocooning. This phase of just quiet, just introspective, just tuning into your soul. What is it calling you? Now, I heard somebody say this, that you came here to create. You didn't come here to watch others create, right? And that actually hit home for me for a little bit, because I know me personally, I, for the longest time, have kind of just stood back and didn't express my creative side, what I wanted to put out into the world for a very long time. And it really ate away at me for a while. And that's what a lot of people do, is because they, deeper down, they know exactly what you want to do with life. It's just that you're afraid to go after it, right? So right now, with the energies being in this little like cocooning phase, it's a perfect time to really tune into what you want to create, what you want to put out there into the world. Put your stamp on the world. You don't necessarily have to put the stamp on right now, but just start kind of tuning into what that even is. What does that mean to you? What kind of thing do you want to leave behind, right? What kind of effect do you want to have around the people? Now, the effect that you're having on people right now, is it one that you're happy with? Or could it use some tweaking? That is the questions of the week this week, is kind of tuning into where you're at in your journey right now. A lot of the times we don't really take the time to kind of pause and look around. We're so busy doing all of the things. We're like, okay, I got to do this and I got to do that, and you know, down the road, this is what's got to happen. So in order to do that, I got to do this, right? Like there's so much busy energy that we forget to just pause and tune into what is my soul calling me to do right now? Because it's easy to get wrapped up in our physical reality, because your bills got to get paid, you know, meals got to be put on the table, you know, there's all these things that need to happen. But then that's why we had this Trojan horse called COVID come in and kind of shake things up a bit. That's really it. It was like the Trojan horse that's how I see it anyway. It's the Trojan horse that came in that opened up an introspective way for us to then tune into what we really are here to do, to our real purpose, right? And our real purpose is to express our soul. Bottom line. That's really it. So, how are you expressing your soul? How are you doing that? Are you doing that? Is that something that you've allowed yourself to do? Are you waiting for somebody to give you permission to go after the thing that you want in life, or to go get that job, or move to that new house, or, you know, meet that new person in your life, right? What are you waiting for? That's a good thing to question, is look at, what are you waiting for permission to do? Because here's the thing, nobody's going to give you that permission other than you. You're the only one that's going to give yourself permission to do the things that you want to do. And that's the thing that took a long time for me to even realize, was that I waited around a long time to start my business. I waited a long time for somebody to give me permission to step into who I really wanted to be in life. And that hurt, and it sucked. And I think that's why people have midlife crisis, because we shut down that little voice in our heart. It's really our heart that we are just saying, okay, well, that's a good idea, but not right now, because it's not realistic. But what is, right? Now it's a time where you can really question, if that's not realistic, then why is that idea coming to me? It came to you for a reason, right? That yearning, that desire, that dream, that aspiration, that whatever it is that you want to do. What if you come here to create? That's what we need to look into. So when I was tapping into the energies, it was really kind of just introspective. Just give yourself some time, some quiet time. Really tune into your body. What is your body needing from you right now, right? Just kind of getting used to a new habit of, even just forming that new habit of tuning into your physical body and into your soul. Two things that need attention all the time. Otherwise, everything else around you is going to fall apart, right? That's really what holds it all together. So I want to tap into the cards and I want to find out what energies we can utilize this week. So I'm going to pull up my Sacred Geometry deck. I'm going to ask the angels and our guides of the highest truth, love, and compassion to give us just one energy that's going to really give us a boost this week. So here's my cards. Let's see. Here we go. Ooh. Okay, so 2 cards popped out. I asked for 1. I always get more than what I asked for. The first one that came out was throat chakra. Tuning into your throat. So a lot of our creative expression comes from speech, right? Being able to speak our truth. Whenever you are having a lot of difficulties with your throat chakra, or it could be your physical throat, like you could be having sore throat or laryngitis or inflamed, I can think of the thymus is down here, thyroid, sorry. You know, all of the issues with this area means that you're not creatively expressing what you need to express, right? So this is a really good card to remind us what needs to be expressed is our creativity, our inner expression, right? So the card itself, it says the frequency of the throat chakra. So the blue flower of life, which is that, right? That's the symbol, the flower of life. It supports our self-expression and our sense of peace and balance. So in order to have peace and balance in your life, you got to be able to say what's on your mind, right? You can't be holding in things or creating that disharmony in your body, because disharmony creates dis-ease. And that's just how it all begins, right? So understanding that if there's something that you need to express, if there's something that has been coming up that you've been kind of putting off, now is the time to address it. That is it. And then this is a fun frequency, vibration of magic. I don't know if you can see that. Magic. What is magic? When you think of magic, you think of like magicians and rabbits and hats and things like that, right? But there's more to magic than that. Magic is an energy. It's almost like a tool that you can use and utilize, right? So it says the frequency of magic supports our intrinsic ability to grow and expand beyond this moment and move towards possibilities and expressions that are as grand and profound as we can imagine. That's it. Bigger than life, right? What's your bigger than life creative expressional idea? Is that a word? I'm making up words now. But that's just it. It's tapping into that expression that you've been holding in, because now is the time to get more clarity on it. Because sometimes that's the thing, you know that there's something there, but you can't really pinpoint it. You're not too sure what it is because you've never really taken the time to look into it. So now is the time to start embodying. So just embody the feeling of magic, which is expansive, infinite possibilities, right? Imagine, right? So all that is required is our belief in their manifestation. So all you need to do in order to see it happen and pop into your reality is to believe that it's going to happen. Because if you don't have the belief that something is going to work out, it won't, right? Henry Ford said, you know, whether you believe in it or if you believe it won't, you're right. Right? It's something to that effect, right? But that's true, because your thoughts and your energies towards that creation, if you put in negative energies and towards that expression that you're trying to express, you're going to express it negatively, right? If you put in doubt, fear, worry, that's what you're going to get. If you put in excitement, joy, expansive growth, right? If you put in the feelings of magic into it, you're going to get magic out of it, right? It's all in what you're putting into it. It's when you're in that creative state, you really got to tune into what you are feeling in that moment and what place that you're creating from. That's big. That's really big. So tune into the magic. It's all around you. It's something that is very readily accessible, and express what you need to express. Say the things that you've been holding back. If you can't say it in a loving way or in a way that may not cause a fight, if you need to say something to somebody that, you know, that hurt you, you can always journal it. You can always release it in different ways. You can also energetically tell them in your mind, telepathically. That in itself will release the energies, right? And then cut the cord after you after you send it telepathically. Cut the cord, tie the cord at the end so that you're disconnected from the energies, because you don't want to continue draining yourself from that energy. That's just it. Okay, so I want to tap into our animal deck and ask our angels and our guides what animal totem is going to help us this week, help us see what we need to see to express what we need to express, to go inward and find our inner creations, our inner expressions of our soul. Okay, here we go. The one that came out was sheep with the blue rose. Blue rose is very significant. It's a representation of the heart, of the openness of the heart, of course, and there's more to it. But okay, so it says, for sheep, act with fortitude and cooperation. So I'm going to grab the book on this one to see what it says in the book, because I like their explanations. It's really good. Okay. So sheep. So the guidance of the sheep, it says, your guidance today is to cooperate with others. Realize that together you can accomplish greater things than if you work alone. Your aspirations can be more easily fulfilled if you act from a place of heart and the right brain. Open your heart today and listen to your inner wisdom, right? So that's something that I started with, tuning into your own essence. What is your soul calling you out to do, right? And you have that inner wisdom. You know the next step. It's just a matter of listening for it, right? Getting quiet enough so you can hear it. So it says, visualize your goal being achieved with love, happiness, and joy. Whether it is acting in harmony with your family and friends or working as a team with your colleagues, the outcome will be satisfying to you. Be kind, calm, and centered. That's the thing too, is when you're working with other people, because we have to co-create, not everything is going to be a creation of your own self by yourself, right? We're in a world of other people, and you can always involve other people with your projects as well, right? Ask for help. That's the biggest thing too, is that we always forget to ask for help. Or we think, oh no, I can do this on my own, or this is going to be done better on my own. These are things that we as moms tell ourselves all the time, right? And then we get drained and burnt out and all that. You know the end of that. But anyway, so the rest of it says, it is through sacrificing self and personal ambition that everyone will win. The flame of hope will ignite within you. So just, this is suggesting, so the sheep is suggesting that you work with people and express yourself through these creations with these, you're co-creating with others, right? So that's really interesting. Beautiful. Okay, and then I'm just going to pull from our Starseed deck to get our other messages for the week, to see what needs to be heard, said, felt, expressed, and taken in, and all that good stuff. Whew. Okay, one card already popped up as I drop them. Okay. So, with the introspect, with the cocooning, with this phase where we're at, this is what comes up, which is interesting. It's the deep cellular healing. You can't see the picture. It's kind of, oh, there we go. Perfect. Deep cellular healing. So this is interesting. It says, Octarius energy, physical and emotional healing. So physical and emotional healing is how you balance all things. Physical and mental, emotional, spiritual, that's the kind of forte of all things being in balance with it, in harmony with each other, right? But deep cellular healing, let's see what it has to say about that. Page 54. All right. So deep cellular healing. It says your body knows how to heal. Healing is your natural state. So your body just knows how to heal itself. When you allow it to, it will, right? You give itself time. That's the thing. So physical and emotional disharmony can be a reflection of how the inner and outer world has been out of alignment. Very interesting. If your suffering comes from a mystery or chronic illness, don't allow yourself to think you've done something wrong. Today, it's difficult to manage our health. If this card has made its way to you, you're being called to focus on healing in practical ways. So, to prioritize your health, put yourself first, right? You have to put your oxygen mask on you first before you help other people, right? So to be kind and tender to your miraculous body, to give yourself the grounding care you need, to put yourself first, to nourish yourself as you would a newborn baby. When was the last time that you gave yourself loving and attention that you would give to a newborn baby? Probably not for a very long time, right? So this is your permission. You are getting permission to do that. Although you don't need permission. We are the ones who created ourselves. So treat yourself with tender, loving care. You may be called to switch things up in your body or your emotional well-being, to call in a team of helpers to support you navigating any challenges that you may be experiencing emotionally. The Octarians are a galactic group of beings who have mastered deep cellular and emotional healing. So call upon the Octarians. They want you to know that it is possible to feel vibrant in your body as well as your skin. To have the cells return to effectiveness and vitality, to find calmness and contentiveness, to be soothe the nervous system and have a tranquil heart. Imagine what it would feel to have a tranquil heart all the time. That would be amazing, right? Now, we may not be able to have it 100% of the time, but what if you could have a tranquil heart 60% of the time, 70% of the time? How would that change your life? What would that do for you? What would that allow you to do if you could take care of you for just a little bit? Say you take 1 week where you totally dedicate all the healing and loving energies to you, and then come back into your life slowly and see what the differences are. See how you can incorporate new habits, new patterns and cycles in your life to live a more higher vibrational life, to raise the bar on how you do anything in life. That would be amazing, right? And that's what this card is suggesting, is take the time to take care of you, your mental and emotional well-being, and your physical. So it was really emotional and physical is what they were saying, right? And with that, anything can happen. You can accomplish anything. It's just a matter of learning new ways of living. And that's what we're actually stepping into right now with this grand awakening, with this time of change. And right now it seems like everything's kind of crumbling and falling. And a lot of people are experiencing a lot of like emotions like rage and anger and frustration. But I want to let you know something, that if you went from a state of despair to anger, that's actually progressing. That's actually getting better. Because if you think about it, if you're in a place of despair, you are completely wiped. You have no hope. You were in this place of like everything is horrible and nothing's ever going to change, right? And if you get to a place of anger, that is actually above despair. So you get to a place where if you're experiencing anger in something, that's giving you the energies to do something about it. When you're in despair, you can't do anything to change your situation. But if you're in anger, you can make a change. And that is progressive. So just know that if you are experiencing this anger, if you are experiencing frustrations right now, and these emotions are just, exploding in you, allow it. You're human. You're going to have shitty days. You're going to have good days. You're going to have bad days. But just allow yourself to feel the emotions as they arise. It's only when you start resisting it and pushing it back and trying to push it away, that it's going to get louder. It's going to get harder to experience, right? So allow it. You're human. Feel the human things. All right, that is it for me today. I just want to say thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for showing up and sharing these messages with all of those that you are. And I will see you again very soon. Mwah! Take care. Bye-bye.